On this special edition of She Means Business, we are raising our glasses for women who mean business. They are CEOs, businesswomen, visionaries, and their moms. We're walking you down memory lane to some of the most memorable moments from past guests, women who are redefining work-life balance on their own terms. Welcome to the She Means Business Mother's Day Special Edition. I am your host, Claire Munde, and happy Mother's Day.
Balance might not necessarily be there. So what how I look at it from a weekly perspective. Yeah. So right now I'm here talking to you in this interview at my workplace. So I'm working. So I might not necessarily be there for my child to be her mom. I'm not there to be anybody's wife. I might actually get home late and my husband has to cover for me from a point of doing homework also, or taking her to bed, and then tomorrow it might be me and whatnot. So for me, how I try and look at it is from a weekly perspective. At the end of the week, have I offered myself in terms of time and availability to my family?
I think it would be important for anybody to look at their life in seasons and to accept the season you're in. I remember my mom one time told me, if you're a mother with young children, nappy stage, stay with other mothers at nappy stage, because you kind of have things in common. And for me that has worked. That when I didn't have children, life was different. When you have children, then life is different. Some things must give in for others. And so I don't think there's really a perfect balance. I think you just put an accelerator on one and you slow the other. So it's like you have that pedal. For now, the next phase, this takes priority, the rest doesn't. So for every priority you take, then another has to take a step back. So there were days I was in school, I was doing my degrees or the master's program. So school takes priority. So I may not attend anything on Saturday because class is on Saturday or in the evening, but that's then, and it's for just a year or two. After that, then you take a break, attend all parties, attend all weddings. Then another time comes, you have small babies. Like my children, they are very close. They were born very close. People thought they were twins. And we had to even get a house manager who is a seventh day, because we couldn't carry them to church, because then, you have two under twos, and it's very tough. So we made an arrangement, take you off on Saturday, then on Sunday stay home with the babies, then we go to church, and it worked, So you'll have to be very flexible to accept the phases of life and not fight with it, because you still get to move on and still get time to do. So I think you look at what you need to do now and not sacrifice for what can't be done later. But all said and done, everything that you need to do, honestly, there'll be time to do it.
Well, I'm very driven, so I do like my 8 hours of working. But there's something I was taught by one of my friends who says there are rubber balls and glass balls. So you need to know which are your glass balls, which tend to me to be my family, and anything to do with that. So when there was a toss between the two, I dropped what I had to do, and sometimes I had to drop important meetings and just say there's something I have to attend to, and go and attend to that. So it's really about having your values, knowing your values, what is important to you. I have great friends who haven't dropped me in the process, because sometimes my social life is what actually suffers. But because I know where I'm going and I know what I want to do, and then you tend to hang out also with similar people like that.
The resource we are managing here is time. Unfortunately, no matter how busy you are, you don't get more than 24 hours a day. No matter how much money you make, you don't get more than 24 hours a day. And if and we can cut it down to 16 if you're going to have a healthy level of sleep life as well. So it's not even 24 hours a day. Yeah? So it's about, what do I do with that time? Yeah, and I like people starting to think about what is going to be my return on time. So work-life balance for me started by giving myself permission to almost fuel myself so that I can perform in all these areas. It really hit home when I got my son, because I'm working, because he came just after St. Autonomy had started. I'm working. Saturday, it was a work day. Yeah. Sunday, even the help you had in the house has gone. Then Monday is there. And I'm like, what? I'm exhausted. Yeah. So I started taking Mondays off. And that became the first time I thought about work-life balance. And I was like, to do this, I need a day where I recharge. Don't call me, don't text me, nothing. It's not a work day. And I felt so guilty about it. So you're going to feel guilty about giving yourself what you need. So first start with, what do you need? You, not your kids, not your business, not your spouse, not your in-laws, not your friends. What do you need to function? And for me, it's time alone. Remember I told you my gift is ability to think and reflect before making decisions. But if I'm burnt out, I can't even think and reflect. So it was really about, I need that time. That then became, at the end of the year, I go away by myself to the coast for 7 days. But then in between, start asking yourself, what fuels me? Is it time to read a book? Is it time to watch a movie? And this is the thing, this is a hard truth. You are not going to finish all the things that you're supposed to do, and then there'll be some left over 2 hours. You have to say, I'm actually taking the 2 hours first. Then everything else will come.
Somehow, the way it's just structured, women, you're nurturers. So you'd find even when you're facing family, you've got to organize certain things. So whereas when you're competing in this space, you've got to remember that I've got also these other responsibilities. How do I align them in my life? How do I align my career in my life? So what you do when you're choosing options, you've got to make sure the trade-offs are not extremely costly. You know, they can cost your children, they can cost your health, they can cost many things. They can even cost you that job that you're trying to keep, because then you cannot be able to juggle all that. And also you have to check the environment, because sometimes what I do, I tell people, for me it was more about choosing career and how do I want to move. It was about check even the environment. Just check. What the kind of environment are you? Do some bit of research. Is it something that you can condone, and there are things that you cannot, and then make decisions based on the things that are deep-seated, the values that you believe in.